Here's an effect or a technique that you'll see used all over the place. I promise you, walk into any grocery store and you will find this down just about every single aisle you walk on. And that's how to create this starburst, kind of a ray of light kind of shape here. And I actually got the idea for the tutorial off of the NAP member website. Somebody requested how to do it, so I thought I'd make a good Photoshop tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just, we'll start from scratch here. And all I'm going to do is start with the background layer of whatever color of you're choosing. It doesn't really matter at this point. And what you want to do is go to the View menu and show the rulers. Also go to the View menu and choose Snap. Now what we're going to do here is drag out a guide. And as I drag this guide out, you'll see that it'll start to snap into the center point vertically here. I'm going to do the same thing horizontally so I can find the center point of my image. And then I can always press Control R to hide those guides, because I don't really need them anymore. Now what we're going to want to do here is draw a triangle. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. One of the real easy ways here, if you want, just use the polygon tool and just drag these sides down to 3. And then we're going to draw a rectangle. And set white as my foreground color. Make sure I have shape layers selected up here in the options bar, and just draw a rectangle, or a triangle I should say, onto the canvas here. And we'll put it right into the center, and just release your mouse button. Now what we want to do here is go into free transform mode. That's Control T. And I'm going to hold down the Alt key and just bring that in a bit, and then scale it up, make it a little bit larger. I'm actually going off of the canvas here. That's okay. And I might just make it a little bit larger there, and press the Enter key. So now we've got the start of what we're looking for here. So what we're going to do now is duplicate this layer, and I do that with Control J, Command J on the Mac. Now I have 2 of them, and then I'm going to go back into Free Transform. That's Control or Command T, and just drag this center point here. Let's zoom in a little bit. See there? I take that center point, okay, and I'm going to drag that down to the very bottom here. So just take it, drag it down, and it should snap right to the bottom there. Now, we'll zoom back out here. Now what I'm going to do is hold down my Shift key, and I'm going to start to rotate this object around. Let's just do it one time here so you can see that's where it starts. If I hold down my Shift key, it goes right there. And now press the Enter key. Now, here comes the trick. If I hold down the entire left side of the keyboard, and that is the Control, Alt, and Shift, or Command, Option, and Shift on a Mac, and I press the T key a bunch of times, see what happens? See, this starts going around the whole entire circle here. I'm going to do it one more time. You see, I stopped right before the edge. I'm going to do it one more time here, and you'll see why. Now I have the whole thing, and you see it added it all in one shape layer. Now I can take that original one, delete it. Now the whole starburst, the whole ray of light here is all in one shape layer. You can see it right in the center of the canvas there. So it works out really well if you use that custom shape and use that little shortcut. Now 2 things you could do from here. First thing is click on that shape layer, go to your edit menu, and go down to Define Custom Shape and call it Ray of Light. And now at least you've got that shape saved in your custom shape palette. So if you ever want to create it again, you don't have to do this all over again. You can just come right inside here and grab the shape. But now we're ready to start working on our image here. So let's go ahead and we'll make this a yellow color. Since it is a shape layer, it's easy to change. Click on OK, and then we can change the blend mode, let's say to overlay, drop the opacity down here. Another thing that you'll find that's popular with any ads that use these type of shapes here is they don't just use 2 colors. Let's get rid of our guides too. Clear the guides out. They don't use just 2 colors in here. There's often a gradient. Well, an easy way to do this is just create another layer, go into the elliptical marquee tool here, okay, and draw yourself an ellipse or a circle right in the center of your canvas here. Go to Select, go to Feather, and hit it with a very large feather. I'm going to hit it with 50 pixels, and then fill it with white. You can see we get a nice little white kind of burst in the middle there. And if you change that blend mode to overlay as well and play around with the opacity, now you almost get the appearance of a gradient in the center. You could always go into free transform mode, make it a little bit larger, But there you go. Now you've got your ray of light effect here. Gives you a real nice effect. And the last thing that you'd want to do here is just add any graphics. Uh, I, I thought of this idea. Again, I said I got it off of the NetMember website in the forums, but as I started looking around, I found that there's a lot of ads for these energy drinks that are out there, and I found that a lot of these ads use them. So I just kind of took that idea here. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.